Well, we see all 8 participants in their chairs, and the round is to begin shortly. I see in the top right Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces against Praggnanandhaa. That promises to be an excellent matchup between two players with sometimes quite different styles, and you don't know what to expect from them. And then we didn't touch upon Alireza Firouzja with the white pieces against Gukesh. David, all that blitz chess, do you think that will help Firouzja just overcome some of his early struggles against one of the co-leaders in Gukesh?
Well, there we see the handshakes. I do believe that blitz can be a good form breaker. If you're playing well, don't play blitz. It might ruin your rhythm. But if you're struggling, often getting the confidence of playing quickly, getting the moves out on the board, just forgetting, it can be, it can be a real positive. But we'll see at this really elevated level, it's hard. You need to stay in the zone. And whatever Firouzja has been doing the last 24 hours, he's got to hope that it really kind of sets him in a new mindset. But okay, Hikaru on the top left, it looks like he was smiling at something. The other players look very concentrated.
But there is rook d2 check and rook c2, no? Is that maybe Gukesh's idea? It runs into some knight takes e6 tactic. I'm not sure about it, but what otherwise is he relying on?
Might try to push the queenside pawns like b5. He might be going for a win, but I'm looking at the clock now, and all of a sudden, it's not just Alireza down, joining him, and this is exactly when mistakes happen. When you had an advantage, a clear extra pawn, you made a sacrifice, it hasn't necessarily panned out the way you want. Gukesh needs to be careful now, and he brought his rook to a8, a rook behind a pass pawn. David, I think you'll agree, that's usually a great thing.
Yeah, very logical move. Look at Gukesh there, turning away. The players won't be writing down their moves any longer now that they're under 5 minutes because there's no increment. They don't need to write down their moves. So he was maybe looking away at the screen, checking what move number they're on. They have 5 moves each to make, both around the 1 minute mark. It's getting scary. Rook a8, a really clever move. Unexpected. I don't think Firouzja will have seen that one. And how has he replied? Knight into d7. Oh, huge threat on the board.
Peter, does that remind you of Praggnanandhaa's knight d7? You know, that is one that throws a spanner in the works.
But be careful, a3, rook takes a3 is the stunner. Rook a3, rook c8 and its mate. Knight f8, knight g6, rook h8.
Oh, that is beautiful. An unbelievable tactical find.
Wow. Gukesh, no chance he spotted that one. Look at that nervous glance, a couple of nervous glances, twitches towards the clock there. How to react to this? Knight b6 is a huge fork as well. Does he need to just play rook d8? He's losing his pawns. This could go either way now.
Well, Gukesh, look at his clock. He is ticking down to 35 seconds. A3 is the move you want to play, but he's probably realized he can't get away with it. He's half looking at the board, half looking at the clock. Peter, what's he going to do?
Rook b5 maybe.
Wow.
King h7.
Oh, but you could see he's nervous. He looks behind him. He looked at his opponent. He's looking down. The engine loves it for white. And David, it was your idea from earlier. Rook f3, go for the f7 pawn, and go for the black king.
But both sides have 20 seconds now to make 4 moves each. Physically tough. He plays rook f3, the key move. He's going for checkmate against the black king here. Under 20 seconds for Gukesh. They're literally going to have to make moves in seconds now. 12 seconds.
You see the outline of the mating attack. Gukesh, he pushes his pawn, it looked like, but here comes rook takes f7, and the bar is all the way up. That means there is a checkmating construction. Gukesh brings his king back, slaps the clock, and Alireza, he needs to make a move. He is down to 5 seconds. He plays knight f8, and he's found the checkmate. There it is. Gukesh, he puts his hand in the air. He cannot believe it. Alireza Firouzja has landed a checkmate. Game over. Handshakes. Alireza himself can't believe it, but pure devastation on the face for Gukesh, and you have to feel for him. He's a teenager. This is his first candidates. He had a shot at the clear lead halfway through. My heart truly breaks for him. Peter, you work with Vincent Keimer, a teenager. It just pains you to see the heartbreak on the other end of someone's jubilation.
Yes, and in a game which he dominated, yeah, and it just goes on to show what a merciless time control this is. Yeah, the young players are actually used to the 30 seconds increment per move, yeah, and then they are handling things to perfection, but they are just not used to this kind of crazy time scrambles. And of course, it's a horrible loss for Gukesh, but what a comeback by Alireza.